Good afternoon. My name is Dan Lawrence, Co-President of the Littlestown Education Association. Along with our Co-President Mike Lippy, I wish to welcome you to a second half State of the Union address. As we moved into the second half of the school year, I've spent some time reflecting on the first half of the year's challenges and successes and what awaits us in 2021. I think back to the end of last school year when we began preparations for 2020-2021. We faced the uncertainty of the new school year with anxiety and anticipation. We greeted students of all ages in August with open arms, at a safe distance, masks and all. We had kids in school, we had kids at home, kids on Zoom, and kids that didn't do much of anything at all. We experienced daily challenges in schedules, technology that didn't always work at school or at home, and a flood of emotions that ranged from head spinning and joy to frustration and tears, and although were many tears and frustrations. We continue to see our students and staff working the very best that they can in the face of monumental challenges. Your hard work is not being unnoticed. Our staff is our greatest asset. We have to rely on the shoulders of others when we need help, and we have to remember that this isn't supposed to be perfect. Although I'll contend that the work we have done and been able to accomplish this school year is no less than extraordinary. Moving forward, there are several items to discuss as it relates to our work environment. First, after 6 years with PSEA, our Uniserv rep, Matt Monahan, has moved on to take another position within PSEA. Matt was going to be moving much closer to home, and we thank Matt for his 6 years of service to us. With that news, we welcome our new Uniserv rep, Allison Bronson Knowles, as our new Uniserv for the Southern region. I've not yet met Allison, but hope to in the coming weeks. The second item I'd like to talk about is the blood screening. With the first date of on-site screenings come and gone and having been successful, we look forward to information for the second on-site screening and off-site screening information coming very soon from Bev Carpenter. In the meantime, try to schedule your appointment with your physician to discuss the results of this test. With the delay in on-site and off-site offerings, as well as the difficulty of scheduling appointments, we may end up having to ask for an extension of the deadline. That is certainly quite possible and something that I've mentioned to Bev already in passing. Make sure we get your paperwork submitted as soon as possible. Nothing is guaranteed on an extension, but we will certainly do the best we can if that's what's best for everybody or on a case-by-case basis. The next item I need to talk about is vaccinations. This morning I received the first correspondence from the district regarding the availability of the COVID-19 vaccine. Vaccinations for the virus are strictly voluntary and are not a condition of your employment. Please understand, I did clarify this with Mr. Bigger this morning. This is a voluntary vaccination. Next, the half-day Fridays. After many emails, phone calls, and conversations with Mr. Bigger and Mrs. Nestor of the board, a vote will be taken at tonight's board meeting on whether or not to extend the half-day Fridays through the third quarter, through the end of the year, or not at all. After last week's study session, Chris was surprised at the support that continuing the half-days on Fridays got from the board. He's cautiously optimistic that the board will vote to extend the half-days. We should all understand that things can change and may have changed in 7 days. But there is reason for hope. If the extension is approved, however, we will likely have 1 or 2 full-day Fridays to allow parents enough time to resecure child care plans for their children. Stay tuned. There's pressure all around us in the buildings as we attempt to wrap ourselves in our own little bubble away from the outside world. The good and bad side of politics has shown itself no matter what side you subscribe to. Now is more important than ever to remain focused on your family, your friends, and your job, and let go of the things in which we have no control. I wish you safety, health, happiness, and well-being as we begin our journey towards the end of this school year. If you have any questions, or comments, you can leave those in an email to me, or you can contact your building rep, who will see that I get all necessary information. Thank you and have a great afternoon.